What up, kids? What is up? Kids, welcome to the QDecent podcast. Hit the hotline. It's 612-447-4964. It's good to be back. I'm here today, and it's been over a month. It's been over 1 month since I, Emmett Adamson, have recorded the QDecent podcast, and I'm happy to be here, and I've missed you guys. I missed this feeling that I get here from recording a podcast. And I don't know if this is even a podcast because it's not on any podcast platforms. And I've thought about that before. Am I a podcaster or am I just a YouTuber? And I'll tell you the answer. I'm a podcaster. I'm going to tell you why too. Even though this show is only on YouTube, it's going to be on the podcast platforms eventually. And I can call it whatever you can call whatever you do, whatever you want. And I am the you. I'm me. I'm a person. You are you. You're a person. And I see you. And I respect you. Unless you're an asshole. And there's assholes out there. And that's got to be part of the balance of this world is that there's assholes. I would like to think that I am not one of them. Everybody has been one before. I think so. I think everybody has been an asshole before. Including me. And some people are assholes all the time. And then like once a year on Christmas, they're like kind of nice to their mom or something. And then they got that redeemable quality. I mean, redeeming quality. It'd be sad to think that there's a person out there who had zero redeeming qualities. People who are just like mad at the world and therefore mad at you and me. You know, so much I want to say, fuck that guy. But I can't do that, dude. I can't. I've said this before, I think, but when you have kids, when you have a child, you realize that everybody was a child once. And it'd be great if you could realize that without having kids, but I don't think we're doing that. I think that people without kids, in theory, can get the concept. It sounds so corny to say, but here I am saying it. You don't get it until you have that little person to feed and wipe their ass, you know? That little person is like everybody to me now. So you just got to accept how people are. And at this point I'm rambling. I don't know what I'm talking about. And I probably have something better I could be talking about. Oh, something's going on upstairs. We have a cat in this new house. This is the new house, by the way. My brother and soon-to-be producer has purchased this estate. And we're living here. And this is the new studio. I haven't figured out the lighting yet. As you may see, the QDecent podcast sign has a little bit of wacky lighting going on, so I apologize, and we'll figure that out. But I would thank my producer, but he doesn't really know what he's doing, man, and like he'll figure it out. He's upstairs sleeping right now, probably dreaming about sucking dicks or something, but like. Yeah, that's what's going on now. I'm here doing a podcast the same way that I did it back in Minnesota. But I'm here in Iowa. And I won't disclose where. You'll figure it out eventually. We're going to learn. We're going to figure it out. And we're going to do it. This is the QDecent podcast. 612-447-4964. You can call and leave me a message. Tell me what you think of the studio. Tell me what you think of this hoodie. Because I had this as a youngin'. And then I told my mom I didn't want it anymore to get rid of it. But she didn't. She kept it. Because she knew it was nice. And I don't even know what it says. Can you read this? It says E-N-M? E-E-M. I think it's an M. I don't know. It's a clothing company. I can read that part. Cursive pisses me off because they made me learn it. I know how I could write in cursive if I wanted to, but I think right after they stopped teaching it, right after they taught it to me, they stopped teaching it. Like my little niece doesn't know cursive. They didn't teach it to her. She's 8. And here I am sitting here with cursive on my sweatshirt, and I don't even know what it says. I literally can't decipher it. And I never have needed to use it before. When I sign my name, I do like a cursive E and then some scribbles. And then I do like a little cursive A, but I don't even do the real cursive A. I made up my own. Cursive's pointless. And if you were on the decision-making board that was like, hey, let's stop teaching cursive, shouts out to whoever that is. You got it right. We don't need that shit. Anyway, what do we got today? I'm driving my car around the town today. I sort of had a day, the end of my day at least, was by myself. I didn't really have much to do. I played a little Call of Duty with my boy Phil, and that was really fun. We got like a 3rd place, we got like a 4th place, got like a 6th place. It was Warzone, and that was fun. And then I asked him if he wanted to go grab like lunch, and he was busy. He was getting ready for work, so that didn't happen. We didn't meet up, and I went by myself. After that, I went to the El Dorado, a Mexican restaurant right here in town. It was happy hour, and I got a couple of margaritas, and they were really good. I got brain freeze from one of them. It was the blended mango peach that I got. And brain freeze, I remember as a kid having brain freeze from, a DQ or Icy at the movie theater or whatever, and I remember it not being that bad. It was never, like, bad. It was never, like, unbearable. But today, god damn, that was, like, it hurt. It really actually hurt, and I was trying to just get through it, but I couldn't do it. Like, it hurt so bad that I had to pull out the thumb against the roof of the mouth strategy, and that worked like a charm. And then I got it again. It hurt, like, it really hurt me. And I felt kind of like a fucking pussy, I was like, ugh, why can't I handle this? I was like looking around like, what do I do? I'm in pain right now. But we got through it. And then I was trying to get another margarita to go. And the guy was like, oh, we're not doing that. And it is legal in Iowa. I'll tell you, the legality of alcohol to go is positive. It's test positive for legal. So I know Shakespeare's is doing it, and I know El Señor Cactus is doing it. But El Dorado, they're not doing it. So I had 2 margaritas in-house, right there. And while I was sitting there, I sort of thought, I should get my mom something for Christmas. I hadn't had much of an idea before of what to get, and it is December 12th right now, so it's coming up. My brother had asked me what to get for her, and I said like lingerie or something stupid. I don't know, and I hadn't thought about it. And so I started looking online. Well, actually, I called her up and I was like, "Mom, what do you want for Christmas?" And she was like, "Don't ask me that. I hate it when people ask me that. You're supposed to think of it yourself, and then get it for me." And I was like, "Fuck, okay. Well, just tell me what you like." And she said she liked birds, bird watching, outdoors. She said she liked books and coffee. And so I was like, all right, that's enough to run with. I looked up some things, and I found something online, a book that I wanted to get her, and I was like, all right, let's do it. I tried to order it online, right? And it was like, oh, we can ship it to you for $5, or you can pick it up. And pickup option was like trying to put me in Minnesota. My phone still thinks that I live in Minnesota. So it was like, oh, the Roseville store is not available for pickup. So I called the store I called the Barnes and Noble in the area. And I said, do you guys have this book? And they said, yes, let's put it on hold. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go get it right now. 2 margaritas in, I'm going to go operate a vehicle. I waited an appropriate amount of time. And I went up there, and this particular location is in a mall. It's a big mall. It's been around for years. I used to live in this area growing up, so I've been to this mall before, but it had been years. And so I drove around the mall till I found the store, Barnes and Noble. I went inside. I got the book, and I started thinking, while I'm here, let me go find something else for some other people. I found some really cute, like, plush stuffed animals, for example, and I'm going to get one for my son and another one for his sister. Not my daughter, but my son's sister. And then I was like, oh, this is fun. I'm going to look around a little more, see if there's anything else I can get. And then I found a present for my niece. And then I got the book, and I found a present my mother found a tricycle that she thought I should get for my son, so I got that. And online, I got also a present for my stepdad, Ben. And I won't tell you all these presents because some of you are watching the show, but what I did was I got a little high from the Christmas shopping at Barnes & Noble. So I thought, this mall's open. I'm going to walk around a little bit and find some other stuff. Maybe I can get some cool stuff for Christmas, and it'll be fun. And oh my God, it was. I understand now. I used to never Christmas shop for anybody. I'd get a thing here or there for somebody, but it was always like on a whim, and I never like went Christmas shopping in my life until today. So as soon as I realized that I was having fun doing it, I was like, who needs Christmas presents? Who do I know that would appreciate a Christmas present from me? Not only am I doing a Secret Santa at work, but I got a family around here. I can get people Christmas presents. So I walked around the mall. I found a couple cool new stores. Found a couple cool old stores. And I probably spent $200 or $300 on Christmas gifts. And let me tell you, I walked out of the mall like, God damn, I get it. I get it. Christmas shopping is fun. I'm still like riding on it. I'm like riding on the high from buying things for other people, which I never thought was gonna... Buying something for somebody else? What? That's fun? Who would have thought? Who would have fucking thunk it, dude? I didn't know, and now I do. So if there's any of you out there that are like, oh, I don't really Christmas shop, give it a try. Like, just go spend your money on someone else. It's fun. And then, like, I realized that I'd had a good day. I, like, went out and I ate a meal by myself, and I had a conversation with the waiter about to-go booze. And then I went to the mall and I went shopping, and I thought of other people, and I did stuff. I talked to some of the clerks. I even went into a CBD store that was new, 4 weeks old, and got myself a little something, a little water-soluble tincture that helps with, CBD helps with everything. And since I'm not smoking weed or using THC for the time being, I figured I'd treat myself with some CBD because, when you don't use any, say you're a person who's into THC, that takes care of some of your problems for you. It's like a good replacement for hunger or stress or anxiety or pain or problems sleeping or basically anything. If you have any feeling that you aren't happy with, you can then use some THC and that will go away for a minute. And sometimes that can become problematic for some people. And CBD takes care of a lot of these same problems that people may have. Since I'm not using THC, I have to actually experience feelings. I have dreams, hardcore, intense dreams, and then I have stress and mild anxiety, and I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So that's like a connective tissue disorder. So I have like joint pain sometimes. Sometimes I eat too much food, and I get digestive issues a little bit. Nothing severe. But CBD, they had this cool graph of a picture of an outline of a human body, like show me where he touched you outline of a human body. And it's got blue dots in all over the brain area, and then on all the joints it had dots on like the shoulders and the elbows and the phalanges, and it's got dots all over the digestive organs, the intestines, all that stuff, the liver, kidney. I don't know how organs work, but it's got some info on it. It said if you have problems in these areas, CBD is going to help you. And this was a cool store because it was like top of the line stuff, quality products, lab reports on everything. And the girl there, Kayla, she kind of sold me on the whole thing. And I ended up spending a chunk of money on like some water soluble tincture. You put it in your water, you put it in your tea or coffee, and 5 to 7 minutes you feel some sort of effect that's gonna just chill you out a little bit. Some of it's for sleeping, but I didn't get that. And they had full spectrum as well, so I made sure to steer clear of that. I've been stressed out lately because I'm working on custody of my son, as you know, and they did a hair stat on me the other day. They took my hair, and I was in Portland a couple months ago, and I was using THC, marijuana, and so I felt like that's probably going to show up on that test, and I'm like, are they going to take my custody away? Are they going to be mad at me because I did some edibles in a legal state? Like, what's going to happen? And the caseworker I have, I'm sure she's swamped with cases that are much worse than mine, and so she ignores me sometimes, doesn't always get back to me, and it stresses me out. And I'm moving into the new house, and I got lots of stuff is happening in my life right now, which is why I haven't done a podcast. I'm stressed, and so I felt like it was a warranted purchase. So we're gonna give that a try. They gave me a free sample as well in the store, and I felt like I was chill 5 minutes later. So thanks, Kayla, for selling me some CBD. Shouts out. I left you a good review. Hope your bosses give you a raise. What am I even saying right now? I got some stuff for myself. I got some stuff for other people, and it feels good. And it completed my day. I had a good day today, and I haven't felt ready to sit here and record and talk to you guys for over a month. And now I'm ready here today. I've got the nice podcast table. I got everything I need. We'll improve things once my homosexual producer is ready to go. We'll improve some stuff. We'll get on Apple Podcasts. We'll get on Spotify maybe. A shout out to Spotify, by the way. I'm on a 3-month trial, and it's the only time I've ever had a free trial started where I didn't immediately write down the end date and like set an alarm on my phone, like cancel this trial on this day. I don't know when my Spotify trial is going to end because I'm happy with it and I'm using it. I will let it continue. I will continue to pay for it. They got good music stuff. I haven't listened to any podcasts on it yet, but I've been doing music. I canceled Apple Music day before it was supposed to end. I like Apple, but you can't do everything Apple. Apple TV is bullshit. I gotta cancel that that trial. Apple Store in general, I don't like. iPhones are cool. This podcast is filmed on an iPhone. I'm on a tangent. What do I have for you today? I saw my cousins and aunt and uncle from Atlanta recently for Thanksgiving. And we had this funeral service for my grandmother. I dedicated my episode 18 or something to her. We buried her and had a beautiful service, and then afterwards we had Thanksgiving dinner at the Ronenberg restaurant in Amana, Iowa. And before I get into what kind of happened here, I'll say that my mom is sort of, in her family, like before I was born or anybody in her family, she's sort of the liberal black sheep. Her sister and her father and her whole sister's family, everybody that we were with, they're conservatives. And I've been indoctrinated into this liberal belief system by my mom, so it seems to me, and I think I'm an independent thinker, but I still think that the hardcore, either side hardcore is fucking annoying. Whiny liberals are really starting to piss me off, but I do think that hardcore conservatives are a little bit brainwashed. Of course, they would say that I'm a little bit brainwashed, so it's hard to really say. I think we all just need to chill out and love each other. But anyway, my uncle Christian we kind of started talking politics at the table, and I will admit that I sort of started it. I would say shit like, "Oh, I think Hillary's a really nice lady," and just see what happened. And it really worked him up. And so we got into a big discussion about Hillary Clinton, and when I told him I voted for Joe Biden, he started saying that the Chinese bought my vote or some crazy thing. He was really, because I kept going at it, and I was having some Trulies, so I was a little bit uninhibited, and I just kept egging him on because I thought it was hilarious. And eventually he started talking about the deep state and how Joe Biden's a rapist, and saying these are facts, I know it, and Newsmax is what's up. It was ridiculous by the end. It was ridiculous. And then he started trashing trans identities, and I was like, whoa, dude, this is not cool anymore. But we, it's all loving at the end. We love each other. We give each other a big hug. But there was one thing he said that I thought was so funny. I said, hey, I was talking about Hillary, and how I said to him basically, looking at Hillary Clinton, I just can't imagine that she is out there to be evil. It just doesn't compute. She has, spent her whole life public service, and I don't really know about Hillary Clinton or anything. I'm not a political type of person, but I just really don't think that Hillary is out there trying to do anything bad. I think she's just trying to help. That's true for a lot of politicians, but not all of them. And so I said that to him, and then he launched into this story about her aide, her advisor or somebody, and how he was trying to hire a Jewish person, and then supposedly Hillary screamed, "We're not going to hire that Jew," and then threw an ashtray at his head. And I was like, that didn't happen, man. That just didn't happen. Chris, if you're watching this, I love you, man, but that didn't happen. Ashtray to the head? No, dude. No. But once my mom and I started teaming up and saying, we were basically just trying to say that we weren't arguing any liberal side, but we were saying that, you can't know anything for sure. All these facts you say you have, you just got to take everything with a grain of salt, and nothing's black and white. You can never say, oh, the liberals believe X, or the conservatives believe Y, or the gays are out to do this agenda, or, it's not true when you try to put somebody in a box at the beginning of your sentence. You're fucking yourself instantly. You're like, you can't be right when you do that. And that was basically our point. And that just started to make him so mad, and that's when he started getting crazier and crazier. So you can really find out about somebody when you just push it a little bit. And that's something I like to do. I would love to have a guest on here that was differently minded than me. Had a few different opinions. That would be really fun because we could just talk it out. And I feel like I'm somebody who can talk something out and get to the bottom of something. That's what I want to do is discover truth and be cool to everybody, I don't need to tear anybody down. And it seems like we're living in a society of tearing people down. It just makes me uncomfortable. People are out for control. I think people want to control people. It gets you high in some way. Everybody's just trying to get high in one way or another. Some people have to have Starbucks every day. Some people have to go around and make sure everybody's wearing a mask. Some people have to jerk off for 18 hours a day. No matter who you are, I think you're just out there trying to get high in some way. And if we could just realize that, I think the world would be a little bit better of a place. I think. I hope. Whew. I got 3 iPhones now. The hotline for the podcast remains to be 612-447-4964. And I got another iPhone with a phone number. But we won't worry about that yet. I'm looking forward to a couple guests. We're hoping to get Phil on. That's my buddy I play Call of Duty with. I've called him before on QDecent podcast. And we're hoping to get my mom and Phil's mom as well, Ashley, onto the show. That should be fun. Hoping to get Ben as well. It's my stepdad. And we'll do different things. Maybe a musician can be on here. Hopefully Angus will be soon to be producing, and I can talk to him during the show. I'm glad to be back in Iowa, though. I'm right here back where I grew up. I thought I'd run into more people quicker that I knew, and I'm starting to slowly run into people. Like today I saw somebody at the mall that I knew. I saw somebody at my work, 2 people at my work that I knew, but it took a while to get there. Spent a while not running into anybody. It's been a long time. It's been several years, so people have moved on. They say about this town or this state that people are born here and then they leave and then they come back. And I believe it because that's what happened to me. And if it happened to me, it must happen to everybody else. Just kidding. It's crazy when people can't be self-aware and aware of the world. Like when you think you know everything about somebody, you're wrong. Or when you think that if something's true about you, it must be true about someone else. It's so important to me to grasp the concepts of that everybody is different and that anybody could be experiencing any other thing. That's not, somebody says something that doesn't quite make sense to you. Oh, that doesn't seem like it would have happened to me, but I understand, I believe that you might be a different person than me, and we're all different, and we're all people, so anything can happen, and that's so important to know and realize. I think there's a lot of adults, experienced people that just don't get that. And I hope this is easy enough for you to hear, Mr. Listener, Mr. and Mrs. Listener. But whoever you are, whatever you are experiencing, it's legit, and I believe you. And I love you, because you're just like my kid. You were a baby once. Somebody had to wipe your ass once. Somebody had to follow you around and make sure you didn't trip and fall and hurt yourself and cry. And then when you did, they picked you up and hugged you and kissed you where it hurt and made it all better. Gave you a little stuffed animal, told you it was from Santa. So that's everybody. That's so important. What else, dude? I feel like this is good. I have not really gotten into much today. I really have not. But I'm feeling okay about it because this is the first episode that I've done in the new studio. Welcome to the new studio. I'm really excited to move forward with this podcast. Sorry about the month-long break. I don't think I have a lot of anxious listeners out there saying, well, where's the next episode of QDecent podcast? I I need the QDecent podcast or I'm going to shoot myself. I don't think anybody's out there doing that, but if you are, I'm sorry. But I'm here and I'm back. Do I have anything else for you? I have a new favorite color. Now, you know what? I don't know about that. I have two favorite colors. One of them's yellow and one of them's orange. And the orange is the orange at the bottom of the fire pit. You know, like underneath the wood. That orange, dude. That's just like life right there. And then the yellow, too. The yellow of the sun. The dark, not a neon. Just like a nice yellow. You know, ever go outside and it's like a weird, the sky is a weird color? I went outside in Minnesota recently and the sky was like a sepia? Sepia? How do you pronounce that word? How to pronounce sepia? Sepia. Sepia. It's sepia. I always thought it was sepia. I learned something today. I would like to learn something every day. I think that it's good to want to learn. I hope that my son wants to learn when he's in school. Because when you don't want to learn and you don't want to go to school, you're going to end up doing drugs or becoming a sex addict. And that's not cool, dude. Learning is good. I really appreciate that you've been here listening to me today. Because this really helps me. And I hope it helps you too. I hope I taught you something today. And I probably didn't. I'm probably one of the stupidest people I know. But we're going to wrap it up today. If anybody has any ideas for theme music, intro, outro, middle-tro, this podcast is not sponsored, so I probably don't need a middle-tro, but hit me up if you're an artist, 612-447-4964, or you can email me at qdecentpodcast@gmail.com. Also, hit me with a follow on Twitter. It's at QDecentPodcast. That's all I got for you guys. Peace, love, go Christmas shopping, love yourself, you're a baby, and I love you. Have a good night, guys. Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year.